Half an hour ago, you told your teen, don't forget, we're leaving in 30 minutes. And now it's time to go. And somehow they're still not ready, not even close. This moment confuses a lot of parents, especially parents of emotionally sensitive teens with ADHD, because nothing seems to happen unless you remind them every 5 minutes. And even then, everything still happens at the last minute. Your teen is frustrated. You're frustrated. In fact, one mother I spoke to a few weeks ago said something that really stuck with me. She said, "It's exhausting saying the same things over and over." What if there's a reason this keeps happening? And it's not because your teen is lazy, irresponsible, or doesn't care. It has to do with the way the ADHD brain experiences time differently. And once you understand this, you'll see why event-based reminders often work better than time-based reminders. It's similar to how many of us use a GPS, a tool outside of our brains that helps us track time and direction. Imagine not feeling exhausted from saying the same things over and over. Today, you will learn how simple ideas from the way a GPS works can help your teen's brain and make these moments less frustrating for the both of you. I'm Dr. Michael, a pediatrician helping parents of emotionally sensitive teens rebuild connection and confidence without constant reminders. For many teens with ADHD, they experience something called time blindness. What this means is that their brain doesn't keep track of time the same way that many adults do, especially if there's something else grabbing their attention at the moment. Their brain may feel time as one of two things, now and not now. So whether it's 5 minutes or 30 minutes later, it still feels the same. Time becomes something they feel only when urgency suddenly appears, which is right now. This is exactly why nothing happens until the last minute, even with repeated reminders. Because we're leaving in 30 minutes basically translates to we're not leaving right now. And if it's not happening right now, their brain often moves on to whatever is happening right now. So what can you do instead? Here is the strategy using reminders tied to events, not time. For example, when you finish dinner and stand up from your chair, go and take out the trash. That works better than take out the trash at 7 p.m., which is time-based. Another example, when this episode finishes and you see the credits on screen, come downstairs. Many families find this works because it is anchored to an event they're already doing. Also, try to be descriptive with the action. Going back to our examples, when you finish dinner is intuitive, but adding, when you finish dinner and stand up from your chair, paints a scene you could almost experience in your mind. Whether it's movement, sound, something visual, describe the scene. Same with the second example. When this episode finishes and you see the credits on screen. It's not required, but some families find this helpful. So whether it's movement, sound, or something visual, describe the scene. Now let's talk about why this works. This is where the comparison to a GPS is surprisingly accurate and helpful when it comes to helping your teen with ADHD. Imagine you need to get somewhere you've never been before, and it's important for you to arrive on time. What do? In advance, you look up the address on your GPS, gives you an estimate of how long the drive will take, and it lists step-by-step directions. Now imagine you didn't have a GPS. You're being told verbal directions. Make a left turn here, drive for 5 minutes, then turn right, and go past 2 traffic lights. It all gets too much. Not to mention, just how long is this drive going to take? This is where using a GPS, a tool external to our brain, helps so much. For many teens with ADHD, asking them to remember a series of verbal directions and keeping an accurate internal sense of time is like driving without a GPS. But when reminders are more in sync with the way their brain is wired, it becomes less frustrating for you and less frustrating for your teen. And moments can be even less exhausting once your teen knows how to set up their environment so it does the reminding for them. And that's the topic of the next video on screen. I encourage you to check that out next. All right, my friend, stay hopeful and encouraged, and we will talk next time.